Hello, hello everybody, it's Izominus for Responsible Gaming. We're doing a Let's Play video. Omnis plays Gone Home. If you might know, if you follow closely every single one of my videos, that I'm preparing an episode of the Here's the Responsibles this weekend, where we're gonna review Gone Home, which is a game. I don't have my notes right here, but it's a game from, I would say, 2 years ago. Let me check. Gone Home. 2013. All right, 3 years ago. Pretty much, very precisely 3 years ago. It's very story-driven. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna just review it a little bit. I'm gonna give you some of my impressions. I'm gonna try and not spoil the entirety of my thoughts that are going to be featured in the episode of The Responsibles. And I'm also going to refresh a little bit on the game because I played it about a year ago.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back
Oh no, sorry.
on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight.
It's
But
okay,
don't
it's
worry,
back.
I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so love you. See you soon. Bye.
Gone Home. Gone Home is very much a story-driven game. Story and I would say narration-driven game. It's really, you're really in there for the experience of being told the story and kind of the discovery of what exactly happens. So we're here. We're home because we went home. This is not fluid whatsoever. Huh. That's a little unfortunate. My computer is normally way able to handle that sort of stuff. I'm gonna lower the option so that the stream doesn't get awful for you. I don't know. I just feel the view. Is that needed? Bloom. I'm not sure what that is. Oh boy. Isn't they? Oh, there you go. That's kind of funny that the game, I don't know how the game works, but if it's testing my hardware to figure out what options it should use, it had done a bad job of doing this because it decided that I could be in max, and I think I'm even gonna go medium and see how that goes. Alright, this is fluid. We'll go with that. So we're home, and one thing very important to the game, you can zoom in with the right click and start looking at things. I am indeed Caitlin Greenbrier from Portland, and this is June 6, 1995, which is interesting. Katie, I'm sorry I can't be there to see you, but it is impossible. Please, don't go digging around trying to find out where I am. I don't want anyone to know. We'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried, I love you. Signed, Sam. That's a little of a throw you directly into the problematic right there on the front door. I guess it's part of the synopsis of the game, maybe, or is it just spoilers? People tend to know that you're supposed to find out the whereabouts of your sister Sam, but if you forget about the fact that most people do know, I think it's kind of abrupt to start right then and there having the explanation that your sister is gone missing, but whatever. You can interact with object, which is nice, and we're gonna be investigating a bit. We're gonna do a lot of investigating. Oh, look at that, there's a key here. You can investigate objects, you can discover the price, very important feature. So that's cool. You can throw them. Yay. So we're gonna take the key. I don't assume there's a ton more to do around here. That's kind of like how you discover how the game works. So that's not a very interesting room. So we're gonna move on. I suppose I could open because I had the key, but I'm not sure. I don't think I clicked before I got the key. So this game is gonna include a lot of walk around, see something, look at it, learn from it. This is so a receipt from movers. Destination is Arbor Hill from Forest Grove. It's moving a bunch of boxes, so I'm guessing they're just moving into this place. The cost is reasonably expensive. Okay, yeah, well, not very interesting, is it?
Dear Katie,
Ah,
so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm in a new school, and my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real, but I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
so, yes, the introduction of the journal. So, oh god, please stop. Every now and then you read bits from the journal, which means you're gonna learn one of the story in a kind of weird flashbacky way where you actually are supposed to carry the entire journal, I think. Well, it's hard to understand. I just should need to refresh. I don't remember, but it's something you'll learn at the very end of the game, I do believe. I think all right, this is a spoiler review, okay? Or is it a spoiler review? No, it is not. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it during this stream, I guess, because it's kind of dumb. It's a let's play. So whichever way, every time something happens, you hear a little part of your sister's journal, and she apparently wrote it for you because she's talking to you in there. Author magazine, Stephen King. Very cool. Spoiler, that doesn't really matter at all. Your dad is an author, so author magazine, that's how you start kind of learning about the family. There are plenty of things that don't have to be relevant to the story. You just learn what the family is about, and it kind of helps the kind of voyeur, like investigate, learn all about the personal details of people, atmosphere, mechanic. It helps get you in the mood of I am just looking through people's stuff and learning everything I can about them, which is definitely the one biggest selling point of this game, the one very new aspect, and quite an interesting one, I guess. This is direction to work from Newhouse. Yeah, okay, so Arbor Hill is the new house. Flintock is, I don't know, 1 hour 10 minutes. That sounds awful. The mom is a park ranger, I believe. Well, I don't know if anything's interesting in there. It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, mom, park ranger. What else? This is not a game where you can like jump, run. Oh, can you run? Wait. No, it's the zoom button. Button. It's the button. Yeah. So we're just gonna look a bit around over the Alps. A novel traveling game. Oh, that sounds pretty novel. Yeah, look at that. Forestry Service. Jenny's Greenbrier, senior conservationist. Looks pretty old. Goodfellow High School. Fair enough. From front hall box. That's acceptable. Okay, that was an interesting cupboard. So yeah, you learn a bunch of things. Let's close the door because we're not savages. You learn a bunch of things. I think we're just gonna go around a bit and learn things, discover things, and we're also going to throw things out there because, let's be honest, that's one of the main aspects of the game as well. Very fun, very enjoyable. We're gonna look at things, just see kind of the models because it's pretty cool. It makes for good immersion to see what kind of model they made. It makes it a little less when they start shaking like this, but. And they kind of fall a little funny too. An itinerary, worldwide timetable. Katie's departure. Is that me? Yeah, I think it's me. But that's when I left home, I suppose. I'm going to Amsterdam here. Not sure. Do I have a crouch? I do have a crouch. Good. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, and we're gonna see. We're also gonna try and see what kind of more gameplay elements we can unlock, such as, you know, this door maybe? No, not this door. Some doors just don't open and you need to just kind of figure out how to get to a new area of the game. Oh god. What? Ugh. This is the family. They don't quite look like humans, but you know, it's a good try. Sam, Katie, Mom and Dad. Katie. Cool. A little creepy. That's fine. Let's see what the phone has to say. I see. Good, good. Answering machine, maybe?
Sam. Sam.
Oh.
Sam.
Uh-huh. That's me, I think.
Sam, where are you?
Okay.
Really? I need to talk to you.
Oh boy.
Please be there.
Jeez.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe.
That's
I get
me.
back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up.
Sam?
Like, really seriously,
Wait
you
a
don't
sec.
have to. Okay,
Oh.
so love you. See you soon. Bye.
Maybe. I don't know. No, I don't know actually. I mean, I think I know, but I won't spoil it. So somebody was calling for Sam. Sam, Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come to see the new house. Call me back. Mom, Daniel's a total weirdo. The only reason I ever in and out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little. I ever hung out. HVNG, hung. Yeah, so you're gonna discover a little bit about this story too. That's a very cool element. You hear, like, this is a storyline, but you're gonna learn more about that storyline about how is he called, Daniel the weirdo. Further on, you're gonna learn more about the dadder, who's an author. And you're gonna learn more about the mom, and you're gonna learn more about Sam, obviously, and another couple things. This lamp doesn't light things very well at all. Those things I discovered could be open on the side forever later on in the game, very late in the game. So I had to go back and open everything again. I would very much like to grab whatever is in that book, because it looks like something of interest, but I will not. Very, I mean, reasonably nitpicky remark, but oh god. Yeah, I mean, I'll mention a couple things that I'll say again in the responsibles. But one thing that's surprising to me for a game that's all about immersion and kind of the realism of just being inside real people's house, looking through their stuff and learning about them, is if it's really all about that, maybe don't put the same objects everywhere around, and don't put like drawers that have some random notes very weirdly positioned with a letter right in the middle of them. I know it's kind of a lot to ask, but since it's the point of the game, maybe you could have done even better. Because you're gonna open a ton of those drawers with a bunch of post-it notes on all sides, a couple of pens, and one letter. Dear Sam, it's good to hear from you again. Oh, this new house business sounds a little like quite the adventure. Remember the little dorm room we shared freshman year? When we were miserable, fantasizing about our own dream homes, I always said I wanted a mansion. You said you just wanted a house in the woods. Look, who got both? Somebody up there likes you. I could use some of that magic. Send me some little numbers, I'll play them, seriously. But I shouldn't be complaining about this good old split level we've had since Bob got transferred to Winnipeg. We just got new vinyl siding. Great. Jealous yet? Let me know if you ever want to trade places. So how are the girls doing? Has Kayla left her own on her big European adventure yet? Speaking of jealous, right back soon. I miss you, roomie, Carol. So I believe that is, yeah, Janice' old roommate. And there's another correspondence story where with the old roommate always kind of exchanging secret with the mom. That's another one of the stories. So we confirmed that Katie, I'm just back from a kind of tour of Europe, as we do. Okay, those are objects. Kind of want to see that. Regional track and field finals, April 91, girls long jump event, Caitlin Greenbrier, first place. Good job. Proud of you. Another one. Track and field, 100-meter relay, first place. Jamie, Carla, Shona, Caitlin. Good on you. This is for I joined Mexico, you bet. This is for throwing. Yay! Nothing breaks. I don't remember. Maybe something does break. Ah, see? This is locked. Cool. So that's the thing. We're gonna do bottom first. I remember proceeding very meticulously, methodically in this game, because you quickly get the sense that you're gonna have a lot of things to discover, so might as well not forget about anything. Welcome, new student. I hope you're excited about your first day at Goodfellow. La la la. Folders, that's a list of things you need to bring. Positive attitude, haha, she didn't get it. She didn't take it. Please remember to get plenty of sleep. See you soon, welcome. Fantastic. Very interesting. Ah, Sam's journal.
God.
First day of school.
You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school. And there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House girl. Great.
Okay. So that's the Psycho House we moved in, apparently. Cool. So you see the postcard, I'm not gonna go over it. De Soto. I forgot some of the intricacies of this storyline. I think I remember, but it feels to me like this is not the moment to see that picture. And like I said, I think I'm not gonna try and spoil anything of the story slash stories. So I won't tell you what this means or doesn't mean. Like I said, I don't remember fully either. Oscar Doc Mason died peacefully last home in his home. He was born in 33 in the house that would be his home for the rest of his life. He attained his degree in pharmacy, quickly became a well-off figure at the center of the community. In the decades preceding his passing was okay, some dude died that was born in the same house. You quickly get the sense, I don't know for you, but I do, that the house is the Psycho house that we just heard about, which is ours now. So, Psycho house. Those doors open in both directions. Fair enough. Always check the trash. Are you there now? Are you the new girl Sam? I'm Tommy. Right back. Hi Tommy, yes I'm Samantha, and yes I'm new. What's up? I just thought since you're new, maybe you could use a friend. I don't have a lot of friends. If you don't no? Oh no, I don't mind. What did you want to ask? Was it just your uncle who went psycho, or does it run in the family? Oh, very nice, very nice. Somebody pretended to be nice and then asked a completely dick question. So I guess their uncle is the one who well, no, I don't know, but there's a psycho in the family. I don't think the doc is... Wait, the doc was... No, he wasn't called DeSoto. I don't know. I don't remember fully the story. I remember the great lines, but apparently some uncle went nuts. So that wasn't nice. That wasn't nice at all. Quickly, before we get to that room, let's check. So we checked this one. Let's actually open them, just to remember. Give me light. Alright. This is the study, I think, maybe. Here is a fan. Fans are good. Always appreciate a fan. If you're a fan, hit me up. Electrical inspection. Well, that's fascinating. Does the entire electrical system meet legal code? Yes. Other deficiency unclear. Wiring in the house is technically up to safety and pressure control. However, multiple layers of wiring have been added to the structure over the last 100 years. System is frequently unpredictable. Light blink for no clear reason. Pressure on floorboards and door frame disrupts circuit wire directly behind the surface. Properly working the electrical system would be highly destructive to the wall, floor fixtures. After discussion with Mr. Greenbrier, since there are no current safety concerns, the issue will not be addressed. Okay, so I guess that's supposed to make the house look creepy because the lights are flickering for no apparent reason. Good to know. Good to know. The Killing of JFK, Benjamin Almond. You've seen the movie Discover the Truth. Super work, speculation, thrilling theory. Okay, cool. JFK, sure. I'm not gonna tell you what this is relevant for just yet, just in case we discover it ourselves. John Russell's apparently is... Oh, okay. So that's indeed the author's study, and he's working on a novel. John Russell, blah blah blah. I mean, this is just we don't need to read all of this now. This is attempts to write a novel by your father. What if JFK wasn't JFK? You can do better. I believe so as well. Back to basics. State of emergency. That sounds pretty boring. It's his notes. Apparently he wants to do a JFK book. Early space flight, utopia, advanced technology, and World War II early time stream. Too different. Alright. I don't know if those might be private jokes or inner jokes or Easter eggs or whatever. What do we have? Okay. Oh boy. Oh, it's pretty empty. Disappointing. Pioneer, music player. Oh, okay, yeah, that's another of the sites. I mean, you know, everything is just stories, anyways. One of the changing is this guy, the author, ended up doing a bunch of reviews for audio gear. So he's doing reviews to kind of earn his living. This is gonna be one of the gameplay actual mechanics. You're gonna need to find out how to unlock this door, and I have no clue what will be found after that. Do not remember. So that's a creepy library. I could try and see if I can get any of the books to interact with me, but I'm not gonna, because we don't have that sort of time. Okay. The Accidental Pariah, Terrence L. Greenbrier. So here is the JFK book. Message from our future: save the president life once, but within the next 24 hours there will be another attempt, and the lines of communications are down. Yeah, so I think his book is about going back in time and saving. Dear JFK, gosh, Dad. Oh, all right. Magazine for Men. I'm sorry. Excuse me while I make sure there is no clues on that book. Japan's bloody war on dolphins. Sure. Moscow by night, drugs, prostitution, and mafia. 10-year rules of love. Ladies in the ring. The women of wrestling. All right. February 1989. Cool. Very cool, Dad. Very cool. I actually kind of like Dad's second book, and then Gosh, Dad. Gosh, Dad. It's kind of a very adult and moderate response to finding your dad's porn mags. Gosh, Dad. A stranger under my roof. Oh, okay. #1 best-selling advice book for parents or teens. It's really cool. Like you grab such things and you're like, okay, something is going kind of array at the house. It's pretty cool. And then there's nothing more to learn about it, but it's kind of interesting to see what the hell that person said. And like, if you start reading, I mean, I don't know, I'm going on a tangent now, but it could be like, yeah, you can see the style book that the mom is interested to kind of deal with the situation, right? So you can kind of see what kind of people they are, or you can imagine to know. True stories. I was a teenage drag queen. All right, readers, tell us about their worst moments. 90210. Does anybody still care? Nope. The male gaze, how to subvert it. Sarah Holtz now gathering moss. Okay. Don't understand all of it. It surely is interesting. Cool. So that's a pretty cool room. We learned a lot. Now what? Okay, nothing. Dear Terrence, David asked me to write you regarding the review you've been submitting the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they're worth from an editing standpoint. Ooh, there's a word limit. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut back to it. Oh boy. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I think the idea in that letter is to convey the idea that that Dad is trying to write novels more than he's trying to write reviews, because that's what he wants to do in life. Look at these numbers. 0451. Let's check. Let's check if that's the number. 0451. It's probably it, because it's a very convenient coincidence. Don't know why he was writing it on that file, in that folder, but that's what happened. Dr. Masson. So that's the guy who died. Please find and close your original documents. A typed copy of your record, notarized copy as filed. I'm sorry. Okay. Will and Testament. I, Oscar Massad, possessing full competence of mind and memory. Okay, so that's the that's actually the how do you say, the will, where the uncle who went mad, apparently according to the kids at school, died and gave his house slash mansion to Terence Greenbrier, which is your dad. Will and Testament, blah 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 blah. There's probably a couple more details in there, but we don't have to read all of them. Cool. Well, I'm glad that's sorted. So there was a study over here that I was looking forward to check. It's a room with a pretty cool atmosphere to it, I think, with like the TV going.
Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors and secure
Severe weather warning. Yeah, why not? I feel like that's one of the things where they could have actually, well, I don't know, they could and could not. They could have added more content there, because that would be that's one of the very vibrant occasion to transfer some actual feel for the reality of the 95 and the TV and whatever. But also this pick of the severe weather warning is kind of cool because it keeps the like eerie, creepy aspect going. I wish it would shut up though, so I'm just gonna turn on the light instead, or maybe I can't. Let's see. Oh, there is some. Alright. Let's have the TV shut up. Making friends when you something. You feel lonely. Sam thought this might help Dad. Okay, so Dad is trying to help Sam.
You know that feeling where
Let's
the
see.
first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well,
Crystal.
there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk,
X5.
but sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform. And she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Alright. Just gonna talk to a senior. That's cool. TV listing, the X-Files. Okay, they like the X-Files. I can dig that. I respect that. Pizza box? Sure. Cool. Glad I opened this. Oh yeah, this. Hi Terry, please find a Pioneer CLDD 703 that Dad is supposed to review. Awesome. Review it, Dad. Cool. Bratmobile. Bunch of things. I mean, I get that this is a mess, right? In this house, but bunch of things I do wonder why they're there. This is nitpicky because you do find out that things find their way into the most impossible places, but I don't know. Batmobile, living room TV thing, sure, why not? Hauntings and poltergeists. Yeah, that's something else. Like, how old are the people here? Like, who's made a pillow house? I think it's supposed to be a grown-up girl that likes to make pillow houses still. Sure, why not? Yeah, okay, cool. There is a storyline of kind of spooky ghost story that I will not spoil either, because we don't need to. Aha, letters. A little too many of the interaction comes through people's letter, which you end up kind of wondering how many letters are they storing in various boxes around the house, but fine. Terry, hey man, how have you been? I'm saying this, I'm not really fair, because in all fairness, there is like almost 100 different pieces of information, and the fact is 50 of them come in the shape of letters, because that's the most straightforward to have people give information to each other, and then another 50 comes into various receipts, work email, work mail, flyers, notes on a book, etc., which is actually the ones that are hard to think about for the maker of these games. But it still leaves like 50 just straight up letters from people one to another, which is, I don't know, personally it just still gives me the impression, it's still like, now I'm feeling like, oh, okay, I'm reading a letter from one person to another. It's kind of the one monotonous way of corresponding that you read. But yeah, what can you do? Terry, how you been? I know you're a publisher, but okay, so that's when you get the review kind of job offer from 78. Jesus, he likes to keep his mail, huh? The Accidental Savior. So that's the first book, I'm assuming. Man, did it say Dad's first book? It's that book Dad wrote. It's kind of a weird way to describe it when your dad has actually wrote several of them. Girl Scout role model. Music is pretty cool. The like indie music. Woohoo! We get back to it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, Fiction. Very cool. Can we do nothing, huh? Kind of curious what band they had record some music for this original soundtrack. Beetlejuice, RoboCop, neat. Clash of the Titans. Oh, that's cute. I'm not gonna read her kid story, not right now. I don't think we need to do that. Dear Mrs. Greenberry, I would like to talk with you about the stories that Samantha has been writing lately. They are what I would expect from the little boys in the class, which, along with a few other tendencies I've observed, bring me to a bit of concern. Please call to schedule a parent-teacher meeting. Thank you, Karen. What? They are what I would expect from the little boys in the class, which, okay. Yeah, alright. I won't comment on this, but that's... I won't comment on this. It's weird. Yeah. Tune in for the episode of Responsibles that we're actually going to record on Wednesday, and hear my thought about this particular letter. I'm going to need to watch this video and take my notes. I don't want to impose on you the fact that I will be taking notes as I play right there, but I do have things to say about this. Cool. Alright, let's just explore a tiny bit more. This will be the first hour of the game. I have finished the game in 6 hours apparently, or at least I have 6 hours logged in on Steam. You know, there, I said it. US National Forestry Manual. Okay, cool. Sometimes you find pieces of information not exactly in the order you would expect them. So this is kind of a spoiler that your mom is a ranger. So if you didn't know, now you do. Or actually you don't really, but that's a clue. World history, fair enough. Reproductive system worksheet, Samantha. So that's a bunch of stuff about Samantha. What has she done again? Early morning. No, stares out a window. This train travels from Vienna back to the village in Poland. I think the idea is that see me, okay. The idea is that it's a reproductive system work. She's supposed to write about the menstrual cycle, or then choose one of the two stories, either a menstrual cycle or I am produced in the testicles. It's even better. I am produced in the testicles. I go from the vas deferens to the utero. The life of a sperm cell. Oh god, I just can't read that thing. Okay, cool. So, and I suppose the idea is that she went for a complete author romanced story, and I think the teacher, I was gonna say the boss for some reason, didn't quite enjoy it. You will be able to read it if you, well, pause on that video or get the game. You should get the game. That's an indie game. That's worth getting and enjoying. As a piece of artwork, basically. Completicide. I just had a revelation right there when I was calling this a piece of artwork. I don't hate what Roger Hubert said about games not being art. I mean, I kind of hate it, but I don't hate this guy who was actually unfortunately passed now. But I think now it's kind of very unfortunate that he left, leaving behind him this only piece of opinion. And like, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, it's too bad. Like, we could have changed his mind, maybe. I think this is absolutely, definitely a piece of art. Like, no matter what I think about it and the level, I think it's I was gonna say evolving at the level. It's actually something word that I missed is at, but this is definitely a piece of art because it's just telling a story. Really, that's the entire point. Janice, thank you for having Danny over to your new home. Oh, that's Daniel the weirdo. He's missed having your friends. Daniel asked if he could lend Samantha his Nintendo Street Fighting tape, and I gave my permission. He needs to spend less time with those games anyways. I know that she's awesome. Okay, cool, awesome.
When you live in one
Friends.
place your whole life, your next door neighbor is kind of like your default friend.
So mean.
And Daniel only got weirder over the years.
Fair enough.
So moving away has been a good excuse to, like, not see him anymore. But he did always have the good Nintendo games.
So
Maybe
mean.
I'll give him a call.
Oh no. I don't think you want to say that. You're supposed to keep that. No, kids say that, I guess. Alright, let's open a couple things. Because I mean, I could play the entire game now. It's kind of interesting to rediscover those things. Dear Mr. Greenbrier, I write to inform that unfortunately Mercury Books will be unable to publish your follow-up to the Accidental Pariah despite the low sale of The Accidental Savior. We went ahead with the publication of the second book in hopes of catching on. However, sales of the second book have in fact been lower than those of the first. It's been a pleasure working at the publisher and wish you the best in your future endeavors. Yeah, okay, so book 1, book 2, but book 3 not so much. I wonder if they tried to give you the story that the dad is like drinking based on his book not selling, which I'm assuming that's what it is. A little ham-fisted, but what can you do? What can you do? The one other thing that I feel when I look at all those things is the chronological order of all these informations of things that might have happened over several years, all being in just different rooms of the house at the same moment, which is right now, is definitely kind of weird and awkward. Again, what can you do? You know, like, unless you have to dig within the depth of a drawer to find something that's actually old, there is no way to make this realistic, right? You have to have all sorts of information surfacing for us players to discover just on the surface level. Otherwise, it's kind of lame to just have all the recent stuff that's kind of not interesting laying on couches and drawers, and then all the thing that actually is meaningful at the back of drawers. So I guess they can get away with that. That is a letter. Lonnie, is that Daniel? Basically, that's a letter to say, hey, why don't we play Street Fighter again?
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, that's Lonnie then. Please tell mom and dad sorry about the stuff that's missing. Sure. So the letter wasn't to Daniel, it was from that girl Lonnie. So if you want to come over to my house this afternoon, it would be cool. Can drive, it's kind of far. No, Samantha, yeah, I'm totally in. I'm gonna kick your butt, get ready. Neat. Neat. Some more corporal notes in the trash as the only single thing that's in the trash. Katie, please, whatever you found, don't tell mom and dad. The attic. Is it signed The Attic? Oh god. Alright. I like how this thing just triggers a ton of music clips that just play on top of each other. Kind of funny. Cool. Alright. What time is it? Okay. So I've been all the way to this corridor. Let's just climb up. We're not going to explore the entire thing, but we're just going to have a look around upstairs. And then I'm going to attempt something spoilerific. And you will not have to watch it if you don't want to be spoiled. It might also fail. Fair warning. But first we're going to have a look around upstairs. Okay, so that's a note from whatever Janice is doing as a ranger. Ranger is the word. Cool. Cool. I always want to click those things. There you go. Well, I'm not supposed to actually explore everything. Alright, so have a look around. Actually, alright. A cool part. Pretty cool part. Is this over here. This is Sam's room. She's the one who disappeared. Stop leaving every damn light in the house. You're as bad as your sister. Aw. Daniel called again. He wants his Nintendo game back. To whom it may concern. Your daughter Samantha. Oh, she's being passive-aggressive about what? Fully functional human being. The fact that you still forbid me from going into the city on my own, frankly absurd. Compare with Katie across the ocean to another continent, blah blah blah. She just wants to go to the city. She's upset. Read sternly worded letter. Okay. So there, this is the sister's room. And you know what? I'm not gonna explore this one because since it's such a pivotal part of the game, I'll let you get into the game and kind of explore yourself. If you want to know everything that's in here, I'm just gonna have a look around. It's kind of cool. It's kind of funky. I want to believe a locker with a bunch of 90s figures on it. Super cool. And Sonic Boom 94. Fairly nice. Bunch of other things. Cool. So that's the sister's room. Like I said, not gonna get into the details of it. Now, if you don't want to get spoiled any further, do skip to the end of this video. Or I'm mostly gonna say bye anyway. So like and subscribe. Bye bye. Now I'm gonna try and go around the house and do something that's pretty spoilerific, or yeah, fairly spoilerific. So 1, 2, 3. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and find a secret passage. Problem is, there you go. There's something. Problem was that I didn't remember where the secret passage was at all whatsoever. This is from the spooky storyline. So there's a Ouija board, classic. What do you want? Who are you, Oscar? What do you want to combat? They got scared. I think the idea is that they got scared. I'm not gonna hold the letter, otherwise a voice clip is gonna ring and I don't want to spoil that part. I remember at some stage I figured that one piece of the wall was opening, so I started like clicking on every pieces of wall everywhere. This is Sam Darkroom, do not enter, the red light are on. That's the attic, where things might or might not happen. I'm gonna try once more with the wall things. Okay, I think downstairs perhaps. Why did I not go in that direction? Oh, it's locked, huh? Okay. Can you use keys? Item. I guess it's just automatic. Oh look, it's me. I was born in 73. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so that's closed. I might just, like I said before, I might just fail at finding what I was looking for. But there is something else in the wall. Ah, what is that? Private, do not read. I think that's actually not what I was looking for, though. Okay. I don't fully. Maybe it's not in the wall. Second combo scrap. Ho ho! Second piece. Private read, The Edge of the World, Green Glacier, Samantha, Greenbrier. We don't need to read this. It's like very close to the actual story of the game, so we'll leave this to mystery. I'm gonna click on some more wall. I guess it's not in the wall. Huh? The other possibility is it's. I don't fully remember, but there's other possibility is that it's something in the. Is it in the study or is it in the? There's so many books. Look at that. Oh, are those records? Those are records. That's a lot of records. Where was the other room? Oh well, doesn't matter all that much. That was just kind of a cool beat that I felt like I could potentially spoil. But yeah, there are secrets to this house. Yeah, I don't remember if it's somewhere in the books or somewhere. Maybe it's something that you have to discover. Misfits? Okay. Oh, I think that's... Okay. I just needed
At Todd's brother's place after the show, there was only a futon to sleep on, so...
I want to say this is possibly a slightly more advanced a bit of the storyline, so I'm not gonna review it right now. And I think we've seen enough of the game. Overall impressions quickly. You know, if you like what you've seen so far, you're gonna get more of it. This is very similar to this. You're gonna be exploring, you're gonna be learning, you're gonna be investigating, you're gonna be kind of sneaking around, snooping into people's stuff, and you're gonna learn about their personal life, kind of. The storyline is fine, but I think it's mostly for the experience of this, of like sharing people's house, trying to put yourself in the shoes of the sister that was looking for the other sister, and kind of learn what the hell happened to her. So nicely done. Not perfect, but pretty enjoyable, especially for a game that's not particularly pretentious. It doesn't have a very high pretension of revolutioning anything. It's just very nice narrative driven kind of experience, if not a game, but still gamey. Still call that a game, you know. Especially because sometimes you just have to solve puzzles to kind of progress. I like it. Tune in on Wednesday for a full review, where we have a full cast. It should be very fun. That's all I have to say for now. Hope you look forward to the entire review, and hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and subscribe, leave your feedback as per usual. It's been very enjoyable. I hope you enjoy your end of the week, and good luck for Monday, tomorrow. See you next time on Responsible Gaming, and until then, play responsibly. Bye.